And we are live. Welcome to the Contradiction, guys, with myself, Byron McDonald, and this painfully beautiful Lethea McCann. As I say each week, Facebook is a private non-interface. So if you do get logged off, please just hop back onto the page and you will find a new link there. We're also multi-streaming on various platforms. So comment and engage and share out.
Lethea? Oh, I thought you were playing...
No, today is a new week. We have no guest. Oh, you're just hacking me there.
Okay, so as I say each week, the Contradiction is about bringing different viewpoints together and allowing you, the viewer, the opportunity to comment and engage and be part of the show. So you will have plenty of opportunity to ask us questions. So this could be also a Q&A about anything you'd like to know. And you can engage and comment with us.
So let's start the show.
Hey, listen up. If you're lucky enough to fall in love with someone, try not to ruin it by Googling them. Okay.
The Contradiction with Lethea McCann and Byron McDonald.
Just to make sure you don't forget what we look like.
So that's right. We just spoke about that. We can't forget what we look like. So it's a new week. We have no guest this week, intentionally. And Lethea, I think, is more nervous than anyone for this show, because she told me once I am a rebound. I'm joking. She never said that.
I think when you actually start speaking about your own story, because I'm not the type of person to share openly too. I do share, but not digging deep. So I think it is a bit of an, not nervous, probably excited at the same time to share a bit more about where we started and where we now.
So just to go on, and I would like to, Crystal, good evening, Crystal. I hope you're well. Crystal has actually sent me some beautiful rings that I can propose to you with. But
nice.
That's not what we're going to talk about. We're actually on the topic, and the topic is, Lethea, you always ask our guests this.
Okay. Is it love or a rebound?
But let me ask you this week, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic. I'm always excellent, always keeping positive. There's a lot to be grateful for. So many blessings in life. No matter what life throws at us, we have so much to smile about and be happy about. But the topic, though, Is it love or a rebound?
Mm.
Byron, what do you think this
Yo,
is?
that's wrong. It started on me.
I'm the one asking
You know
you.
what? I got an idea. So we actually spoke about it. We actually went back and we spoke about our clips earlier. Good evening, Leonardo. I hope you're doing well. Leonardo actually lives around the corner from where I grew up also.
Where we grew up.
But you don't know no one in the area because your father, your pa het vir jou opgesluit. You were locked up. You were
That's why I'm so beautiful right now.
yeah, not a cockiness. And then we got Sylvia also saying, good evening, folks. Please do me a favor and smash that like button. Like and share. Like and comment. Yana Sylvia, we love you. We haven't even met you, but we need to get
We
you
want to
onto
get
the
him
show.
on the show. He's
We
always very, very controversial with his comments as well.
But not just that.
And
he's
always have a good laugh.
and he's very supportive also.
Yes, of
Really
course.
supportive. And you kept the sense of what we want to do. We want to be authentic on that side. Everything we do, we say authentically.
Yes.
But we also want to keep the professionalism going. A lot of people don't understand that in today's life that's what we're losing. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Like ek nou ophou, ek bly salesman raak.
Hi,
So-
Herman.
I hope you're doing
Thank
well.
you for tuning in. Hope you're well. It was awesome having you on the show last week.
No, definitely. So much value was
Yes.
shared from that side also. Beautiful couple, Herman
Yes.
and
we learned
Sarika.
so much from
I'm-
that show.
Promise you, that was one of the shows
We were
that
in
made
awe.
us.
We were quiet. We had nothing to say. We just had questions to ask because there was so much that we wanted to learn.
Mm.
So it was brilliant. We loved it.
That was brilliant. I'm not going to propose today, so even if it's going to be a 5,000 people hopping on, I don't know. If you're going to push me to propose today, I don't know. It should be a surprise also, although I ask her the ring. But I'm going to marry her. She has no choice to say yes. Sy gaan saam met my. Sy gaan nie sê sy weet sy is dood. There's no way she's going to say no. Anyway, but before Lethea, I don't have a surprise. I told you I'm
Okay.
going to do this. I'm told you. I
What do you do?
pre-warned you.
What are you going to do?
Let me-
Catching me off guard again.
No. You see what's hopping on there?
The first show.
That was the first
The
show.
very first show.
Wait. Let me minimize it. That was the first show. Now, guys, I want you to understand that to this. Lethea said on our first show, let me just get it clear. On our first show,
Uh-huh.
Miss McCann, which will probably stay Miss McCann and become Mrs. McCann / McDonald. That's an argument we're having because she wants to keep her surname if we get married. Ja, want sy sê as klaar McDonald daar buite. Dis die stroon wat ek moet opsit. This is the nonsense I have to sit up with. But anyway,
Ek sê nog altyd ja, vader kan change vir wat moet ek McDonald wees? Is man, I love my surname. McCann, it's something that is very close to my heart. So I'm definitely keeping my surname.
But anyway, man, let me just go to this because I think this is going to be excellent. And I think people can appreciate this. So, guys, if you can still hear me, and please tell me if you can hear the sound on this video clip when I play it also, because I've been setting it up and I can't listen back to it. So, Lethea, in our first show, debated, can a guy and a girl be
Friends.
She said,
I opposed.
yes, they can. No, you said, yes, they can, because the guy
Okay,
and the girl,
yes.
I have guy friends. I said, no, you can't.
Because we were friends at the time and we were genuinely just friends.
Anyway, wait, let me just do this so I can see us. So before we play that video, Lethea, this video that I'm going to play here now, Lethea said, we can be friends. And I debated on this and I said, it depends on exactly Crystal said. I remember that show. See, we love the support from the beginning. She said, I'm going to remind you guys, she said, we can be friends. I said, no. If the guy, it's up to the girl. I think that was my thing. But anyway,
Yes.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Let's
Need to
watch-
listen to the words.
Let's watch and see
This is
what exactly
last
was
year, February. If I'm right?
said. Last year, February. That's a year ago?
A year ago, and I convinced her to be with me. Yes, we were friends before that, and we had respect for each other. We still have respect for each other. But the main goal here is, listen to this. I'm not going to say anything anymore. I'm going to let the video do the talking, Lethea. I think that's the best way of doing it.
Okay.
But the problem is, I think the main problem why most people feel that their partner cannot be friends with the opposite sex is because they have a fear that their partner might be attracted to someone, to that friend. And I feel that when it comes to loyalty is an action. It's not whether or not your partner is attracted to only you, but whether or not they are attracted to other people, but still choose to be loyal and to be faithful to you alone. That is the test of true loyalty.
Wait,
So
but-
yes, I do believe that if you are friends with people, any
Before I play further, just let me know if you can hear the sound on that clip. I'm going to play again now, but please let me know because I think I had some technical problems with the sound earlier. Just let me know. I want you to hear this woman clearly. I want you to hear how convincing she was that I won't be dating her. She can be friends with a guy. She has all these things was said to me, but now I have her. So I want you to listen. I want you to listen carefully and let us know if you can hear.
Relationship that you enter into that relationship because you feel a sense of attraction to that person, or there's a commonality, there's a common interest, which is why you choose to surround yourself with that person. So whether or not a guy and a girl can be friends, I do think it's possible. It's just a matter of respect and self-control.
It's so difficult. Look, Marcy, I was saying also earlier, and I say this a lot of times, it's difficult for a guy to be friends with a girl, especially because you build an attraction in the beginning. We're all human in the end of the day. So when you're friends with someone, something must attract you to that person.
Okay.
So the longer you spend time with that person, the more you grow feelings, whether it's with their brain, whether it's with their looks, whether it's just something that has attracted you to that person. And that's what I think in the end of the day. So I think a guy and a girl can be friends. Depends on the relationship of the friendship also. Like you said also, I respect that. The respect also to choose to be friends with that person. And also another thing that I know from a guy's point of view, it also lies with the woman. The power lies within the woman in the end of the day.
True.
I think.
Yes, I think at the end of the day, the question is not whether a man and a woman can be friends, but whether or not they are willing to only be friends. So that is the question. So if you're in a relationship and you are, I mean, at the end of the day, we are working constantly with people from the opposite sex. So the fact that you as a person might think that your partner will only be attracted to you, I think that is quite naive, that you think that there's no possibility that they'll ever be attracted to somebody else. And I think that it's within our nature.
So you say you're not attracted to me?
Well, of course, that's why I'm with you. I have some sort of attraction towards you. No. Why do you think I choose to have you in my life?
But that's what I'm basically saying. So you attracted to me in a sense of my mind. I don't know, my looks also, of course, but I'm just saying with my mind, you attracted to me. But the thing is, if we spend time longer together, I feel that something might happen within the future. Something will definitely happen because, I mean, you
definitely happen. Really?
Oh, hold on a minute. Now this topic is getting a little juicy.
So I think I'm the one that has control over this relationship.
Ooh,
explain yourself, please. Explain yourself. Do you still feel that way? Do you still?
Well, like you said in that video, it depends on the female.
But I'm a very persuasive man. So that's also another thing you need to understand. But back on the topic, this is actually important to the topic because we were friends at the time.
We were so good friends that we never even would think of kissing each other because that would have been the most awkward thing to do as well at the time.
This is beautiful. Everybody's saying the sound is loud and clear. Thank you guys. That just confirms it all. And Crystal says he already knew what he was talking about there. Laugh out loud. You see?
He had his intentions. He was wearing me down.
That was Marcy. I just want to check what Hailey said. Love this clip. Definitely no rebound. This was written in the stars. Come on, Lethea. Defend yourself.
Okay, so at the time, I believed with my heart and soul that the man and woman can be friends because that is how much I respected him and I felt that is how much he respected me.
So you're saying I lost respect for you?
No, I mean as a friend. So I mean there was no feelings of romantic attraction or any intimate attraction towards each other. But I think it's also because of the space that we came out of before the relationship. So we both came out of a space of having to heal, having to move forward within ourselves first. And we were there for each other. We knew each other since childhood. We only started hanging out when I was about 17. So there was already that foundation of you, my friend. There's no crossing boundaries. I mean, I remember there were times when I would sit by you late night, have a cup of coffee and fall asleep in the other room and there would be absolutely no thoughts going through each other's mind. That's how much we respected each
Do
other.
you know, she couldn't even walk with a bikini in front of me. This is how hectic it was. But despite that, though, the kissing part, I want to get into that before I get into another clip that I want to ask her something about. These are partial clips to make why you want to date a man, be with a man or with a woman.
So, okay, Byron, let me ask you this. The very first show, what was your feelings towards me that time?
Look, you're going to probably
Because-
hate this. They started becoming a lustful feeling.
Of course, you were a man.
There was I'm going to be honest. Yes, exactly like you said. You'll need to get married. Chaz said all the way, just keeping it real. We're going to get married. She
All the
has
way
no
from the USA. Thank you, Chaz, for tuning in. We love you.
She has no choice. But I'm going to say that every time. When I propose to her, it's not like she has a choice. She knows why I'm with her.
Back to the question. I want to know what you thought and how you felt.
Okay. My honest opinion, honest opinion. I just said it now. I was lustful.
Okay.
And my lust, because she's beautiful. And I was a single man. Separated, divorced, whatever you want to call it. Still single. Anyway, so let me just dodge that. I'm joking. Anyway, so there was a lot of lust towards her because she had a nice body, nice bumpies, nice bosom, whatever you want to call it. I'm just being straightforward. You want to know my exact
But
feeling?
then again, at the time, I was very covered up.
No, but I saw more. I saw through that. I could have geskyn. But anyway, we're gonna make the focus lose the whole time
Okay.
of us laughing. Anyway, we're just trying to keep it real, guys. We're just trying to be as transparent and honest as possible because next week we're taking a break. So I'm
A
just
very
letting you
nice
know.
break.
A
Long
very
weekend
nice
break.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was lustful towards her. There wasn't a sense of love and stuff like that. That was my attraction, but my main attraction was the stuff we shared.
Mm.
I mean, the late nights when I would, guys, I'm going to expose myself now. The late nights when I used to come from strip clubs, I would go to her. I was going through a whole problem with myself and going through my divorce and all these things. I did not want a rebound. Ask her, she can tell herself. I had girls that liked me, and I don't put names out there. There's girls that know me, and I'm not saying I'm the attractive guy. I'm the biggest catch. But despite my cancer, there was girls, and she knew that wanted me. That I had discussions with, but I was never ready for a relationship. So as herself, I don't speak for her. She will speak for herself. And I will go to the next parts now as how we progress. But that was the beginning, especially you're asking around about that show, you know? So my thing was, as a man, I respected this so much. I denied her the whole time. And I like Herman said something beautifully then. I said it wasn't lustful, it's attracted. He puts the right words, but us as men, we see it only as lust sometimes. So I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. And as Silvio says also, lust comes before love.
In most cases.
Vir jou Silvio was het gesin. But before I speak too much or so, because I like it when this beautiful lady speaks, I was attracted to her in a sensual way. Let's put it like that. But mostly, I respected her mind and I didn't want to mess it up for her. I knew I was a divorced guy with 2 kids. Listen to this drama package. Divorced guy, 2 kids.
2 baby mamas.
2 baby mamas.
Any other laat ek man niks sê nie.
Anyway, 2 kids, 2 baby mamas. Yeah, and I was going through my own thing with the cancer also. I got a limited time to live, all these things. So why would you put someone in a relationship that you have so much respect for? So I was trying to speak to her and she would say to me, but yeah, I'm a big girl and all these things, blah, blah, blah. It came to this point.
It wasn't me only trying to convince you into the relationship, eh?
Anyway,
It came at a later stage.
Before I ask you this question, this clip that I have here leads into why I respected you more even and why I felt more like being with you, you know? So before I go to the next comment, I just want to go to one clip on the side or so. And I think it's quite important, Lethea. I think this clip actually, it sounds like a joke. It sounds like a joke, but I think it's quite important. So let me just go and find it for you guys and I'll play it. So I found the clip now. So I'm going to pop it up. So this clip here is quite important. And I want you guys to understand it's not just to make jokes of what I once said, because he's such an enlightened guy. What I want to get out of here, the topic was, should the man be a provider? before what ends, and I'm gonna first let him say his thing. I'm gonna tell you what made me feel a certain way towards Lethea, and these things that when we speak on the contradiction, we learn from other people, but it also makes you also
Understand
each other. So let me go ahead and play the clip. Rather, I babble too much.
Abilities as a woman or as a wife.
Wow, I want to leave this one to Rawat or Tanya. This is I knowing the type of you're an investor Rawat and you're a businessman. So here's one at Alicia saying, no, I know of women who run finances in the household because of their partner making poor decisions, Rawat. What do you have to say about that one? That's true. That's so true.
Yes, definitely.
No, I can say maybe they married the wrong man then.
Why would you say that?
Basically, Byron, if you feel if the woman feel this way, then maybe she should become the alpha male, and the man should just take it and accept it, and maybe cook for the kids. But I mean, I'm just taking this example always because I mean, kids cannot cook for themselves, so they need someone to take care of them. You know what I mean? So it happens in certain cases where maybe the man is happy with that, not being the alpha male, not being the provider, and then fair enough, then the woman has to do it.
Yeah, but what do they call?
I don't accept this because, as my wife said earlier, it makes you feel less than a man, and you can't be happy this way. If you have to feel less than a man, how can you be happy in the skin of a man?
Exactly, and exactly what you said now, and they have a word for that where the men get. That was powerful.
So what's your take on that one?
That was funny and powerful. Sorry, guys, we don't want to emasculate any men by saying this. This is just my take on it. So the way she treats me, the way she makes me feel, you know, us men, we like it when our egos are being, how can you say, polished, and our egos. Oh, you are so strong. Ooh, you are a good man. Ooh, you work so hard. Ooh, all these things, right? Focus. All these things. It's so important to a man. I'm a man. For me, okay, if you're different, if you build differently, it makes me want to get more out of life. It makes me want to protect her more. I'm already a provider and protector in my own sense for my kids and what I do for myself also, you know. But taking someone else over that's already independent and she doesn't look at me as a protector just in the sense of money, but of what I bring emotionally to her. I'm not a rich guy.
You're very wealthy. You are wealthy.
Yes, that's what I wanted to get at. Although you think I'm very rich. I got a rich baby, my sugar mama.
I don't like.
She's rich. I'm telling everybody. Anyway. I'm wealthy in the sense of the way people love me, the way I can love back, and the way she loves me. So that's why that was so important. It might sound like a joke, but she makes me feel like an alpha male. You know, when I drop weight, when I get skinny, when like last night I was overthinking my mind, I lost a couple of friends on this cancer journey. And every time I'm like, wow, this guy was strong. All these things that she would tell me, but you're different, man. You know who you are. And we need to get things right. And we need to take action. Like we always say, faith. But we need to take action with our faith. But on the rebound side, how can you rebound that?
No, but the thing is, people see the reason, if you look at the definition of rebound, it's when it's people coming together after being hurt or not necessarily healing. Do you feel that we have healed ourselves before we got into this relationship? because we know so much.
We were broken when we met each other. Also, so
that's also the thing.
But I want to get to a comment that Hailey said. Also,
okay.
Yeah. So, you know, my coffee's there.
So Hailey says, you are still friends though, which is vital to a romantic relationship. Developing any depth between couples and bring them closer. Attraction, respect, and sharing are the seeds that over time grow into what you have today.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Wow.
That's definitely the foundation of our relationship, which is something that I'm so thankful for, because if during times that we might be, no, I won't say hostile, but
she's hostile sometimes.
You know, where there's mood swings and what a fish face. We remember.
Fish face is what a Byron's face. I'm joking. We don't.
Because
mind.
we both have our own internal battles that we also face within the relationship.
Exactly.
So when we are going through those times, we do remember
Wait,
the
Crystal said
foundation
the
of the
sound is
friendship.
breaking up on that side.
Okay.
Crystal, is the sound better now, or is it still breaking up? It's not like a breaking up party, but it's a sound okay. Yeah, on the side of the world that we're at now, we want to kill our service providers because we pay so much for proper internet, but we are lack of service providers. Anyway, but if you can hear us clearly now, Lethea, without messing in your mouth, you were saying?
What was I saying?
I don't know. I'm joking.
Okay, the quiz.
Yeah,
basically,
on Hailey's
on Hailey's comment. Yes, the foundation of our relationship is friendship. So during those difficult times, we do remember what our foundation is, and we build from. We continue from there. And I think because we were friends first, and we were able to be so totally transparent with each other, we can do that in the relationship as well.
Exactly.
So I'm not afraid to tell him exactly how I feel. Sometimes I don't have a filter on my mouth, which could come across as
But luckily,
harsh.
I have a brain that can control that filter because I have the cup to take it.
And that's we always tell each other transparency and honesty and trust. The only way you can build trust is if your partner is totally and 100% transparent and open about their feelings and what they are thinking. Otherwise, you're always going to sit there wondering what is going on in that person's mind. So that is what we base our relationship on. But to go back to the question about healing, do you feel that we healed each other through the relationship or through the friendship? What do you think? How
I love
did
this
we
comment.
go
This
through
comment
our
actually
healing?
from Anthea, and Anthea's my cousin. Althea's my cousin, and she's a beautiful person, and she has also that insight and that feeling to love. So
Okay.
so I take a comment as perfectly said. She said, "Nah, you were rebounded."
When you were friends,
Yeah.
you were broken, and friends became lovers, both imperfect, loving each other perfectly.
That's beautifully said, and I can't deny.
But here's
that.
the thing, though,
No,
Byron.
but I
Hold
can't. I
on,
can't wait.
hold
Wait,
on.
you asked me a question,
Okay.
woman. I can't deny that. I can't deny that we were broken at the time.
Can you actually just tell people how broken we really were?
Phew. Yo, I take my clothes off and sit here naked. That's how I felt. That's how broken I felt that I could sit here naked in front of
I mean,
you.
I used to get annoyed because I would feel.
I got annoyed also.
No.
At some point, I also got annoyed.
Yeah, I would get so annoyed. This man is complaining and talking and going on and this just happened. Oh, look at this message. Oh, because we were friends, so I knew everything. I knew exactly how he moved forward and how the struggles that he went through emotionally, dealing with the divorce, and he knew the struggles that I was going through dealing with my breakup. And we were really broken, and I think at some point, I even thought to myself, is this healthy? Because whenever we come together, all we're talking about is our struggles or our disappointment about the breakup, or him talking about his divorce or his ex-partner.
So he made an effort not to talk about that.
Every time we come together, it's net sy ex-vrou in my ex-fiancé.
But the strippers were listening to me, so she took over the mantle. You know, don't punish me. That was a phase I went through.
And it was, for a time being, I thought, what exactly is our friendship based upon? Is it based on the hurt? And is this the foundation of our friendship? Is this how it's going to be moving forward? And that's why I could never see myself having a relationship with him, because I felt I'm still trying to heal from my previous partner, and he's still very hung up on his previous partner. So there's no way that I would want to get involved into this mess, because I still need to fix myself. I need to heal myself. And getting into a relationship with a guy that is totally broken and still hung up on his ex-partner, it's definitely something that I don't want to even put my foot in the water there. Yeah, I mean, we helped each other through the process, and there were many times when I would think to myself, I'm like, you know what? I understand. He has kids. He was married. He's a man. Men usually take longer to get over the situation as females, because I felt
No, I would beg to differ. We had a chat about this. They said always men heal so quickly, they move on because they just think moving on to the next partner, and then they cry afterwards after a couple of months. This was not me, because I love fully and I love with everything I have. Same thing I said to her. When I fall deeply in love with them, not if I fall deeply in love with you, I said to her, when we started loving each other and when we started dating, I said to her, when I fall deeply in love with you, there's going to be a woman that's going to be jealous. There's going to be a woman that's going to say, he makes like she is the most beautiful girl in the world. This is transparency. We spoke about it. And that's the thing that happens. This internet is slightly dropping at this moment. So I'm speaking slowly till it comes back. Anyway, it looks like it's back a bit. So what I was saying is that I spoke to her about this and I treated my situation differently. There was kids involved also. And there was stuff involved also that made you timing, kids, all those things. You were married. It was not an easy thing to let go of, you know? So she understood me, and that made it more love, made me even love her even much more. So without even saying that, she is in my life now. She's a beautiful woman that I love. And yes, it might have been because of, how can people say, they will call it rebound, as Althea said. She said something beautiful. Nah. You were rebounded when you were friends. You were rebounded, so you were basically pushed to go look for someone else. I would take it like that. You were broken. We were, and we can't deny that. And friends become lovers.
I mean, we were broken. To the point
Wait. You don't need to explain it.
No, but I know, but a lot of people don't understand how broken we really were, and I think it's important to share that so that they can also know and understand that they can also get through it as well if they do face any disappointment from a failed relationship. Because when you are disappointed, or I think there's ultimately the reason why you feel the reason why you're broken most of the time, it's either because you felt that the person betrayed your trust, and you question yourself and you question your own value.
That's right.
Because this person just left you high and dry, or either for somebody else. And both of us felt that way. Both of us questioned ourselves, questioned our value, questioned our worth, and that's why I think he went to strip clubs to kind of get to remind himself exactly of how what an attractive man he is.
I never drank because I don't drink. I don't drink, and it looks like the internet is dropping again every time I speak. Anyway, I don't care. As long as you can hear me, that's the important part. If you can't see the picture clearly, as long as you can hear me. The important thing is I went, yes, but why ladies spoke to me at the strip club and I did not even pay. Ja, Simone, sy was ook daar. Laugh, ek pimp se man over jou. Ek pimp jou. That's where I found you. Jokes aside, I think she's transparent as possible. Anyway, so without joking, she knew me and she knew what type of person I was. But this was the thing. When I was there also, I was looking for that ego booster as a man. You know, as men, we met. So I'll just leave it there.
Was she the stripper or was she the...
Nah, she was the strip club. I had a husband. So anyway, I met others, yes. But jokes aside, there's very respectable women that goes there. Some of them are studying, some of them goes through, but it's not the place for me. It's not the place for me to go to. It was, she understood my reasoning as a man for my ego. And when I speak to ladies, they always think I want something from them, or they always want something from you also. Being partially doing motivational speaking and stuff like that, and she can tell you stories. I tell you now. Anyway, don't say it now, people out there. Without saying that, so I want to go to the next comment, but I want to go to a video also because there was something nice Lethea said about marriage.
Okay, but let's just go to some of the comments. I think Alison.
No, it was Haley said.
So Haley says, I must share this. Loved the clip where Byron was filming you when you were lying reading on the carpet and you looked into the camera and he just winked his nose. Wrinkled his nose. I could see he was so into you. Wow. Then Lethea. When was this? There was a sick, tangible spark.
We were laying on the bed in Brackenfell. But then we moved the bed to the lounge because I was not feeling well.
Oh, you weren't feeling well.
So we were doing the movie day during the day, and then he came back, and then he kept saying to me, we were still friends that time. You know that?
Oh, on the chair.
That's how long back. We were laying on the bed, and then I did a TikTok.
Oh, okay. It was a TikTok.
I remember this special moments to be, someone help me. Someone please help me. Anyway, let me just go on here. So, thank you for being honest about it. It's much appreciated. I love you too.
Thank you,
Byron, Lethea, it's Insulin. I love you guys. Insulin, let me tell you something. And this is not me joking. I hope you're still on. This lady's profile you're commenting from, you are a lucky man. You are one lucky, lucky man. Don't mess it up. I'm telling you from one guy that knows you. You live next to my parents. You don't mess it up. You treat her like a queen. And sorry, guys, we're going off topic. I just want to comment to this guy. He's very young. I love him so much. He has so much energy, and he has so much to give to life. I want you to treat her like a queen. She's there. She can motivate you, and listen to her advice, Insulin, because I spoke to her, and Lethea knows, and she will give you guidance. You need to listen to a woman's advice. Don't think that your ego is going to go down. We as men need to power our egos on one side, because if it's someone giving you advice to move forward, you need to understand it comes from a good place. And this woman, I'm telling you now, don't mess it up. That's all I'm going to tell you. You will know what to do from there. Anyway, but let me just take one more comment before I go to the
Alison says, I really believe connecting as friends on a deep level. Yeah, perhaps you had to get through that healing first, then focus on each other.
Yeah, that's true. But let's go to this one.
Ooh,
You know,
that old one.
Should couples move in before marriage? Wait. Before I play it, guys. Before. So the signal is slightly dropping. Where am I? There. You see Lethea sitting there. We're in studio that time. Yo, time's gone quickly. Eh?
That was in Feb. That was
No, that was March.
Yeah,
Last year, March. That was at Magic Studios. Anyway, but before I go ahead, so Lethea said something here that she wanted to actually reverse what she said. But what's done live is done live. You can't take anything back. But it's very important to listen to what she said. So I'm waiting for the signal to pop on better so you guys can hear it clearly. So come on, signal man, don't do that to me. I want to play this clip. Anyway, I'm just going to play it. You guys tell me if you can hear it clearly.
Statistics and about the success and the growth of that relationship.
So question, you're modern day female, right? If a guy loves you fully and you love him with all your heart, despite the finances, and I know you're not that shallow, and he can't give you that wedding of your dreams, or not even some mini wedding, he can just marry you in court, would you do it?
Listen, I'm sorry.
That's just my.
I'm not gonna entertain a guy like that in the first place.
Look how shallow that is.
Well, at the end of the day,
easy. Come on. I want to get easy.
No, you just want the wedding. Every woman wants a wedding.
But that's what my.
But it's something simple. It doesn't have to be an extravagant wedding.
Lethea, explain yourself, please, before we go to the other comment.
What did I say? It doesn't have to be an extravagant wedding.
It's a pleasure, bro. It's a pleasure. I want you just to treat that woman as a queen. She deserves it. It's a pleasure from my side. So,
yes,
Lethea, it was you. Explain.
I still
explain your feeling from that time to now. Because I'm a broke man. I'm not going to give up.
But look, it's not, and I would go back. It's not about when you start falling in love with somebody, and to the point, because I never really understood exactly what, I wouldn't say unconditional, but real matured love is. The type of love I have for you now, it's undescribable. I can't really explain how much I feel for you and how, because I think this is actually what I said to a friend yesterday, to Zunique, when I went on a lunch date with her. I said, despite all the factors that a lot of people would think, oh, she's silly, or why she's young, she's independent, she has so much going for herself, and this is a lot of things, that questions I also had coming to me as well. He has cancer, he has 2 kids, etc. What would be the reason that you'd be with him? Are you that hungry for love? But it's not about that. They just don't understand the type of person you are and how we found each other and the type of connection and the love that we have for each other, despite all the other aspects that might not be in place for society, or how society believes what a man should bring or what a woman should bring in a relationship. I think that when you, as a woman,
Boom.
Okay, are we back?
We're back. Something happened on that side. I hope we're live. This is what I said. We just hopped off and hopped back on. So I'm just going to see from my side if it hopped on. Let me just double check on my side if you can hear me.
Yes, we are. We're back on.
So that was now not nice. Anyway, Lethea,
let's continue. So despite all those other aspects that might not be in place, I just love the type of relationship we have. And when you can find somebody that you can trust with your heart and your soul, because life and the world out there, sometimes you can't even trust your own mother or your own father that might have the best interest for you. So when you can find somebody, and a partner is the closest person that you will ever have in your life. They will be closer than your own kids, because one day your kids will start living their own life. Your father and your mother, they have their own lives, their own relationship that they have. So you also start your own little family, your own unit with your partner. So your partner is the person you will be sleeping next to. You will be sharing your deepest secrets with. Your partner is the one that's going to see your weakest moments. So if you can trust that person, where you can be totally vulnerable, and that person will accept you, and that person will be your strength, then nothing else matters. Money doesn't matter. Material wealth doesn't matter. As long as you have that person that's going to be with you through thick and thin, and you can should be.
That was sad. We disappeared for a while. Something is keeping us off Lethea. We even went onto our 3G dongles now on Lethea's phone, because
I hope people are staying on and staying tuned.
That's how bad it is. That is how bad it is.
No,
It's back on. Anyway, I think it's back on. I think there's much love. We're back on. I think I'm gonna just wait and see if the picture comes back on.
Yes.
Anyway, Lethea was saying, what was Lethea saying? It's there.
I think I hope everybody got what I was saying. I say that once you can find somebody that you can be totally vulnerable with, that you can trust with your deepest emotions, even at your weakest point within your life, that is a keeper. That is definitely somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with, because you don't find that often. People walk out and bail on you as soon as shit hits the fan. So loyalty, for some people, unfortunately, has an expiration date, and it's very scarce. So when you can find somebody that you can share your deepest secrets with, that you can be totally vulnerable with, hold on to that person and know that that is a person you can grow with together, not only as an individual.
Please tell us if you can hear us again, because somehow with us wanting to share our story, it knocks off closer and closer the whole time. But I played the last clip, and this is quite important. Let me just go through a couple of comments. We had this one. I think amazing that you met each other in the low points.
No, we did not have that one. Just read that one out quickly. Yeah. So Haley says, I think it's amazing that you met each other at your low points. It wasn't a fling which is all physical. It was a mutual need to share and be heard. You accepted each other and all. Most relationships start with a physical attraction, sex, and the honeymoon phase. You guys started on a totally different and real platform. It wasn't a stereotypical perfect love story. It was so much more. You healed and grew together. That is so powerful. And just to go back to the physical attraction. That was something at the beginning of when we tried to kiss each other goodnight, because I was on my way home. I was in my car and I was busy reversing, and Byron's like, don't you give me a hug?
I was
And then he's like, he tried to kiss me, and I was like, okay, that was awkward. And then I just said, no, that's not happening again.
So sorry for the picture quality, guys, if there's a bad picture quality on that side, because we switch over to a 3G dongle, because our service provider that we're paying a crap load of money towards is catching a nonsense. Anyway, jokes aside, Lethea said I mustn't screw the service provider over like that again until they cut our internet completely. But that was important what you said. She said I was actually on a date with my husband at the strip club. Oh, you see? Fancy.
And then Alison says, being broken is a learning experience to become stronger and not to repeat those same mistakes. I agree with Alison. And I think that he needed, and at the beginning of the relationship, of course, the children was a very big factor for me, bigger than his cancer, to be honest, because I'm a single woman, I'm young, and I never wanted children, probably up until, I always said I'm fine with having kids at the age of 40. I don't want little beings running around and me having to, I'm not ready for that at this moment. And that was a big factor for me. What I was getting to something now. Philip, let me just see that comment again.
Okay, so it was Alison that said, being broken is a learning experience.
Okay, yes. And through just spending more time with him and growing closer to each other, I realized there was one thing that I said to him as well, and this, I'm going to be totally blatantly honest. I can't remember what question you asked me, and then my reply to him was, you know what? To be honest, if you never had your kids, I'll marry you as in tomorrow.
You never said that to me?
I said that
I'm
to you.
joking.
I said, if it wasn't for your 2 kids, I'd marry you.
And yeah, I thought
I'd
it was
marry you
because
like
of the
today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I thought it was because of the cancer.
And I'm just really honest and transparent, so that I wanted him to know exactly where I'm at, because that is how our friendship was. We were totally honest and transparent with each other. But then I realized if it wasn't for his children, he would not have
loved me.
He would not have been of the man he is today.
What?
His kids has groomed him also into becoming this amazing man that I get to share my life with. And I should be thankful and grateful to them that they have contributed to the person and the man that he is today.
No, you're right.
So even with our relationship going through what we went through and having healed, we understand how much it is, how much hurt you go through when somebody mistreats you or doesn't respect you or is unfaithful. So that is something that we both would never, we always say that's one thing that we would not want to put the next person through. We would not want to cause that much pain onto the next person.
Would you go skydiving with me? Watch the space.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. It sounds fun in a dream.
Anyway, no, watch the space. If she's not skydiving with me in the next week and a half, then you know she doesn't love me. Question. No, not question. Actually, Jason asked me a question. Jason, I love you, man. What are you asking? Do you love me too, Byron? I love you. I love you a lot.
Jason, stop being jealous.
Anyway, let me just check here. So nothing with the strip clubs. I just get bored easily. So not for me. Good. No, that's right. It's a scrappy place to go to. Don't. You waste your money. You waste your time, because there's beautiful women out there also that will shiki boom boom, shiki boom boom. Anyway, joking. I don't do that.
So Carlton says, I love you guys. Thanks, Byron. Love your advice on the 6th of April. I'll be married for 6 years and we're still learning. Make the relationship fun and enjoy life.
Love that.
Perfect.
Love that. Thank you. Lethea's advice, not just my advice. Lethea has made me the person I am also, because I think I've put partially part of her in from me. Oh, anyway, let me not go.
Lethea, do you want to see the ring? I think it's perfect for you.
She got you a ring. She sent me a picture of a ring that you would like.
That would be interesting.
You guys love it, but I have to say goodnight because Papa must sleep. My first time with you. Love you, man. Go sleep lekker.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Noel.
we're back, family. Yes, we're back. Spot on, Lethea. I agree 100% with Lethea. Everybody always agree with Lethea. Poor Byron has bubble diarrhea.
No, you speak a lot of sense.
Anyway, I think a halo ring will look beautiful. Halo. Anyway, so here's another one. Yeah, let me just go through it. I can agree with you, Lethea. It's very hard to find a partner on that level. Wow.
Exactly.
Thank you for saying I'm on the level. Anyway, laughing so hard at the first awkward kiss. You would not understand, Aileen. I could not kiss this woman. I did not know how I was.
And it was weird to even tongue kiss
And
for
I
a
kissed-
very long time.
I'm not telling you now. I kissed women before, and I like kissing. I love kissing. But when it came to Lethea, I was like,
Awkward. It was the most awkward thing, and that's why we never thought that this relationship would ever happen, because we never thought we could fall in love like this.
now I kiss her like a pro.
And here's the thing, I think that we need to also explain to the viewers that there was a time when we thought we never really loved each other. There was honestly a time when we thought it's probably because we were both we of how we met.
Byron was your brain.
It's probably because of how we met. So the type of love we had for our previous partners and the type of love we had for each other now, or even how it grew, we thought that because we were so conditioned to the love that we had, we never had love for each other, because it was
No,
a
I
different
think it's
type of
that.
love.
But I think it's also what Anje is saying. Byron, was your breath smelling like onions valves on the first attempt? Yeah, Anje. Just gooi my net die bus. What if Lethea leaves me? The other girls are going to be like, nice, I'm wondering like naive. I don't want to kiss that, bruh. Anyway, so jokes aside, she also says, I love the great humor and transparency. The fact that you both are comfortable enough to speak your mind and having laugh about it. Baie belangrik. Keep
Yes.
it up. It is
Exactly.
very important.
And that's why we're not afraid to do the show, because the show is, we actually exposing ourselves on a weekly basis to
We
to the world and to ourselves as well. And we're not afraid to talk about our past. We're not afraid to talk about the relationship, because we are as transparent with each other as what we are on the show. So we don't hide anything.
Glad you do, Byron. What is it, Jason? I know we should live in the moment, but how do you see each other?
Growing old together.
Wow, man. Do you know, Jason, that's a very, very important question. That was one of my pet fears also, especially with the disease I'm fighting. I know I'm very positive. I'm not in denial. And I've spoken to her about this. So that was one of the only things. Otherwise, I would have proposed to her 10,000 times from last year already, because I already knew from, say, end of last year, roundabout, I was deeply in love with her. But the sad point is like how many people I've lost during this time while having cancer. And also they were so strong. Even this guy, I told you, he was an inspiration towards me. I mean, January he was strong, he was built, fat. I showed her. March, he died now. Kidney failure, all those things, because this is what the chemo does over time.
It breaks down your body.
Breaks down your body. And I said it to her, and I said, Lethea, what if I propose to you now? We get married, a month later I die. She said to me, do you know what? As long as I got to love you, as long as I got to share that experience to you, because you don't want to leave someone behind. And I know a lot of friends of mine that had that experience where they were in a relationship with someone, where they love someone, but the person passed away even a month later, but they did not expect that. And that's how I'm looking at it now. I could live still till 90. I should not curb myself in loving someone, because flipping out, no man deserves her now. Because ek het hard gewerk vir die vrou te kry. And hy gaan haar nie kry nie. You cannot do. You can like and share. Every man should know this in the world. She's got a 15-year contract after I die before she can get another man. I'm joking. I'm not that insecure. If she finds love after me, she finds love. That's what life's about. We're about connecting and finding love. But for now, I'm here and I'm loving her. And I even said to her, what if I look like that spawn, that scarecrow, skinny maar uitgedraai and look scary? Because that's what happens to us cancer patients when we fight till the last bone. She said, do you know what, Byron? And she saw me through my weakest moments. She's even kalkopie alles. As sy sê nog altyd is mooi. Ek weet sy lieg soms. But despite that, what she said to me is, I'm already in love with you. And ja nee, ek wil sommer heel wat die hel. So she and I'm not a person to do this. She said to me, I'm already in love with you, and the show's done already by now. I'm really already in love with you, Byron. I don't care how you look after this. I can't see you no other way. Same with me. I can't see no other woman past her. And this is the way I said I love. And people don't understand how much it is to love. Bullcrap with the guys that says, and people that says men can't love. We love just as hard.
Yeah. And also to go back to, I mean, a lot of people might say that we're only dating a year. It's still the honeymoon phase. But we know we've been through previous relationships. And I always say it's not how many relationships you've been in. It's not how long you've dated. It's what lessons you take out of the experiences of life. And the reason why so many people go through a cycle of going through the same old struggles that they've gone through in a previous relationship is because they haven't taken the lessons from the previous experience. They haven't applied the lessons, or and they haven't moved forward. And also a major thing is they haven't reflected and addressed things that they need to work on within themselves.
Exactly.
So taking accountability for whatever part you also have played in a previous relationship. And I mean, I think Byron as well, we weren't perfect in our previous relationship. We also contributed to the failure of that relationship. But I'm still grateful that I've gone through that experience, because that experience has taught me how to love and how to love better. And also what the type of love that I want and the type of love that I feel I need. So,
but Lethea, we spoke a lot.
But I think this is our show. If you want, we can always cut. What are you talking about?
But the internet is dropping all the time. Guys, let me just check something here. This internet keeps on dropping. I don't know what's happening here. I am so sad. We're going to leave you for 1 second because I'm trying to be a pro here. Technically gifted. Sexually gifted.
Hold on, let me do it.
Let's put it in. Oh, it's in. Anyway, so what's going to happen now is, guys, we normally say goodnight at this part, but we have not established
whether it's love or whether it's a rebound.
We have not established that yet.
Where are we at now, Byron?
Okay.
Compared to how do you feel that the relationship has developed over this year?
Yeah, but I don't want to speak too long. And here's a guy that asked on Twitter also. He said,
why do you love each other?
Why do you love each other? Very important question. Very important question. I just want to go to Anjay thing. She says, I'm still waiting for my guy to come along and rock my mind. Thoughts and intellectual side. You can read the other
and
part.
Then the jumping into bed will happen after that. And ultimately, that's how it should be. Doing things the correct way. Couple goals.
Hashtag jump into bed. But oh, you meant hashtag couple goals. I'm joking. Anyway, I think Dalton enjoyed that. I'm struggling to upload the ring, Byron. You'll have to show her Lethea later.
Okay.
I will definitely show her later. Let me just go to Haley's comment quickly.
Having lost both my parents to cancer, I must say this. We are all slowly dying. Cancer is one way that some of us are destined to die. Just live, laugh, and love each other every day. The vows in all faiths say the same thing, for better or worse, in sickness and health. Yours is a beautiful love story. It is real and raw and authentic and strong. You are loving and living on your own terms. Cancer does not control your relationship. Yes, it is there, but your love is greater.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Haley is always so much value that she always shares. Wow.
And what about the promise ring, Byron? Ek is die promise ring. I'm gonna give her an engagement ring. What's a promise ring? Hy is wanneer jy wil die vrou vashou and say I'm yours, and then you go and cheat. You know those men? Yes, a promise ring, baby. Or those guys that engaged to you for about 10 years. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. It's not my style, but it's true. Girls, wake up. If he's engaged with you, he get engaged with you. He says, "Baby, I have a date set." Plain and simple. Ask Jason, he knows that style. Hy trou gou, hy het nog 'n jokie.
And then COVID hit him.
COVID him, but he still got married. He still made a plan. He's in with his woman. He's the man she wants. You know, and he did it the right way. They put God first in the center. And I don't want to push anything religious views upon you, but Jason can have a speech to you guys about that. Ek het nou net so goed gepraat van jou.
I'm ready for a bed wrestle.
I just complimented you. I just said that it is.
Maybe we should tag his wife.
Flippin' hell. But
Good
I think we
jokes.
can end the show like this with a nice thing. Why? First, you go.
No, but I asked you a question.
What did you ask me?
I asked you how do you feel that the relationship has developed over this year
Over this
in
year.
your perspective?
Yo, rapidly. That's one way. Rapidly.
Why do you think it
So no.
evolved rapidly?
Do you know lockdown hit us? And we lived together during lockdown. Be honest. Moenie kwaad is vir haar nie. Julle gaan nou sê, "Why do you live together? You're not even married." I know it's wrong to whatever religious views you have or whatever. But we do things according to what God says to us. So I'm not going to go against anything. I know there's no excuses for whatever.
Everybody sins. Everybody just sins
No,
differently.
it's not about that.
No, but according to religion, if you want to make it a religion thing, you'll almal sin, ne? Okay, thank you. Leave it there. You don't have to explain yourself.
No,
Some people just sin behind closed doors. It's still a sin.
You see why I love this woman say defend iets wat is hoekom defend te word nie.
No, you don't. But you don't have to explain
No,
yourself.
I'm explaining to them how we found love for me.
Okay.
So during this course of, say, from when we started the show. No. I'm actually going to go back before we started the show. She came into, my ex-wife and I were still together. She came into the house and we just got separated, right?
No, she was still there.
No, we just got separated at the time. We were going to get separated and stuff like that. We were already going through problems. She lived there like on a weekend basis. No one knew.
No, but that was the year before.
No, I'm saying no one that, was it February 2019?
2019.
Yeah, that's,
We were friends.
no, but
that
I'm telling
year.
you my build up.
Okay.
I'm talking about my experience. How can you tell me about my experience?
Okay.
Anyway, listen, asseblief. Die vrou gaan die hele tyd met dit over my sê wat my experiences. Anyway, so what happened is from that time she came in, we had a chat and I said, "Okay, can I have curry with you?" And normally she would say, "Bring your wife, speak to your wife," and she
I
did.
did actually.
No, I'm saying, and she did. And she said, "Let your wife come," because she would not allow a man that has a wife. She even curbed our friendship because I had a wife. This was her style. So I came to her and I said, no, she's not coming with. I'll explain to you. But I would like to come meet you. You know, I'm going through this cancer thing. But it's because I'm reaching out to speak to someone.
Because you knew I was also going through the similar
And
thing.
exactly. And when I came to her, I started speaking to her and I said to her, "Look, Lethea, I'm going through this." And stuff. No, not out of the blue. I'm like, the curry is lekker. I actually missed her because she was gedoekie and she looked like an overall. And I thought, what the old tiny? And I'm knocking my people.
You went upstairs.
I went upstairs because I walked right past her. She had a doekie on. And I thought, and I told the guy, is it where the old Muslim lady lives? Like the Lethea lives there. This is how she was dressed. Anyway, I can a picture upload more. Anyway, so I thought there's an old lady living. So no, Lethea lives downstairs. The guy said, I went downstairs. I'm like, knock on the door. It's like, "Hi, auntie." This is Lethea. Lethea opens the door. Anyway, we sit down. We have a chat. We have a bowl of time, like a chat. She cooks some curry. Gou cook. She doesn't have timing on stuff. I'm just putting that out there. Anyway, so when we had that chat, right? And I afterward I opened up to her. I didn't speak to anyone. And then I was asking her questions. I asked her and Shafiq now because she was open and she said they're going through their stuff. And she's not with him anymore and stuff like that. She was already having a problems that time. But she still saw him till March. Selfs as my, ons het nog ons dingetjies wat doen tot March met onze ex-partners. Sy kan nie lieg nie. So after March, when my birthday came, we had a party and everyone was there.
Yeah.
And then everybody could see what's happening. So her and I kept in contact still, but I didn't want to visit her much because I'm a single man now. I'm going out to see girls. I'm going out to speak to girls. And I thought, flipping now, I don't care about these things. Anyway, so I started visiting Lethea and we go out to stuff. We had picnics together. Her friends, I was like, middle of the night, come with my boyfriends. And then her and her girlfriends are hanging out. Games night.
Friends,
She even gave me advice how to get girls. And this beautiful woman on my path that I met with intelligent minds. But I just did not feel the need to date anyone. But the more we spend time together, which naturally progressed, I saw this intelligent person, you know. But one thing that kept me off the doekie, man, the doekie gedra. So my Arabic friend said to her, what are you wearing a doekie to? Manne wegte or what wil die manne trek?
No, we were doing a video call, so he's like, "Why is Lethea wearing a scarf?"
And
Coming
he's
from a Muslim man.
So he's like, "Why are you wearing a scarf?" So I said, "She's Muslim." He's like, "What is it?" Getroud.
It's like, how are you going to get a man if you're wearing a scarf? Because you don't have, you can't do an arranged marriage. You don't have Muslim family. So how are you going to get a man if you're covering yourself up? So Not that I wanted the man at the time, to be honest. But besides the point.
But you said also on Twitter, this guy on Twitter said, I believe you should love each other just because, not because of what you have or what you are. No, we do that, definitely. That's definitely our style. And Simone and Andre is having a liquor chat. Ons gaan so reach sommer then 5 months is perfect, Simone. Well done. It's a value you have added, and sometimes she's like, but I dated 9 years. So I had a conversation on that side. And it says, okay, decades so okay, ons gaan nou aan met hy. Ja, Rita Annie het 'n lekker conversation na dankie julle. Ons het nou lees ook. Read at the bottom, comment and tag hulle manne in. But before I go ahead, before she brings her part, and we really went over time this time. Before I go ahead, this is really how I fell in love with her, just because of her mind. This was but tot ek haar liggaam gesien het. She was so covered up to say, nah, sy moet nou goed te begin wys, baby. She was nobody. You don't understand the type of woman I am. I've never been like that in my life. I'm like, yo, I don't care.
But how did you?
I don't care. And I started
I was
convincing
very
her.
self-conscious. Now we were still friends, and I was very self-conscious. And I said, I'm very self-conscious about my body because my confidence was not where it was, very, very low. Because I took a lot for me to get to where I am right now. It was not an easy journey, but it was definitely, and for you as well.
Disrespect, look at for her being a Muslim revert also, and also looking for a Muslim man. That this was another thing. While we were dating, she was looking specifically for a Muslim man because it was told to her, you can't be in this religion if you don't have a Muslim man by your side. It was kind of something like that. Anyway, especially being a revert.
And just how people judge reverts. You can be a born Muslim and people will never say that you are straying away from the fold of Islam. They will still consider you a Muslim even if you don't wear your scarf. But as soon as the revert takes a scarf off, all of a sudden people are questioning, are you still following the religion?
But we don't want to bash any religions because we respect
No, but I'm not bashing the religion. I'm just expressing my feelings towards the community. It's not the religion, it's the people.
Yeah.
But I still consider myself a Muslim despite whatever the... Yeah, so go.
Yeah, but on that fact that I'm saying that is, it's just the adversities that she had to face is whether she was engaged, and this is also been in my mind still. I don't want to die and be engaged. Ek gaan die vrou ding, ek raak net engaged en dan gaan ek nooit trou nie.
But you skip the whole other part. We're still going from the Muslim thing.
Anyway, so
I wanted the Muslim man.
Yeah, she wanted a Muslim man and she gesoek en so kry sy net 'n klomp snert. So plain and simple, she got a lot of shit in there. There was a lot of shit in there.
It isn't. That's not true.
And she couldn't look past me. No jokes. She wanted a Muslim man, and then she felt that she shouldn't how can I say
limit
herself, because there's a lot of good men, and a religion does not make the man.
You, exactly. A religion does not make you a good man. There are plenty of men that hide behind religion as, and they say,
and then they get a good woman.
And then they get a good woman, and then in the whole marriage, they just hide behind and be portraying to be or following the fold of the religion, whether it's in Christianity or Islam. And then time goes by and you realize this is not the man that you met. So, but getting back to the point, even as me becoming comfortable with the whole that when I actually stood in front of you with the bikini.
She was like, I can't even stand up. She was like this.
No, because I
wanted a coat on. Like, Byron, does it look right? One bikini breast out?
No, I don't lie. So anyway, so I was self-conscious because I wanted to know, do I still look good as a woman? Because as a woman,
and this wasn't even for me. Wait, this wasn't even for me. This was for other men.
As a woman. You still want to feel that you're a woman. You still want to feel that you're desirable. You still want to feel that you're beautiful and attractive, especially when you've been broken. So as a friend, I just felt, he's my friend and he will give me an honest opinion. And, so I was like, hey, listen, I just want you to let me know, do you think I have a nice body?
She does, my bro.
And then, no, you didn't say that.
My bro.
So I said, I had my whatever on.
No, but she does. I can't go without this anymore.
So he looks at me, he's like, I'm not, your body's not actually the type of body that I'm usually into. But I think you need to work on that and you need to work on that. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's bloody shit. And then I said, go to hell, and I went back and then since then, I had it in my mind, it's like, okay, so you want that. I'm not going to bash any body types, but yeah, it bothered me for a very long time.
Wow, no filters. No filters. Byron made all those traditions fly out the window. to the wall. I didn't make it. She did it herself. I can't force someone to do something. That's one thing you should know.
Yeah,
When you do something in life, you do it yourself. Express, girl. Express, yeah. Express, totally express. Anyway, Byron, love her loud. Where's the bikini? She won. Remember? I think we need to fly somewhere this weekend, and she's gonna post in the bikini. That's the deal. Wait for the bikini post. It will come this weekend. Anyway, right?
Osama seen. So anyway, so where? Okay, so that was then. Where are we now in your perspective? So that we can just wrap up.
Anyway, so that would bother me too, Lethea. Not true. I think that comes from the religious point of view. So you just asked me this question. As I won, still waiting. So where we now, you're gonna think this is fake, but I'm deeply in love with this woman. She knows it. Even on the days when I'm weak, I'm deeply in love with this woman. Do you know when you look at someone? And I don't want to joke now. When you stare at someone and you can't see them as ugly, even when they're farting like she does sometimes.
Yours is muff.
But I'm just saying, you can't see them differently. You just look at them in this sense of their eyes are beautiful, they are beautiful, their mind is beautiful. Yes, we have differences. Like we argued this one day, sorry that I debated and argued, whatever you want to call it. And I said to her, "You being rude." And she's like, "What do you mean?" Because sometimes women have split personalities. But we find a common ground and we say we're not finding an understanding now. Then later we will reevaluate what we're doing and say, but we love each other, man. We don't need to treat each other like this. We don't need to be like that because we love each other. This is the point I'm at.
Even that argument we once had, sorry to break your word, where I can't remember exactly what the argument was, and then you said to me, well, logically, Lethea, this is how it is, or this is how I see it. And I said, you know what, Byron, I respect your logic, but this is feelings involved here, so please put logic outside. I'm expressing to you what you did and how it made me feel. Yes, you have logic to back you, but you cannot use logic in a relationship, especially when there's emotions involved.
Exactly.
So you need to understand the emotions, and you also need to understand the person. So I think that's one thing that we try to apply is you can use logic to the world out there, but when it comes to an intimate relationship, you need to understand that your actions can also make somebody feel a certain way. But I also needed to evaluate my own feelings and understand where it is coming from.
No, you're right. And I just want to go to these comments. We need to end the show.
Yeah.
You said it's our show. We can edit it. So edit we al my goed uit. I'm telling you. Anyway, your body is great now, Lethea. Body's been always great. I'm joking, pedophile. Anyway, your body's great now, Lethea. You have done so much work on yourself over this past year.
It's not easy. You really and that's the thing. Yes, everybody, you will be facing adversity, whether it's adversity through a relationship with a partner, whether it's adversity through a relationship. And I think most of the time adversities occur either because of failed relationships. I mean, it can be because of your parents, because of your siblings. So disappointment in just disappointment in the relationship. But how you move forward from that, it's the easiest thing to stay stuck and to play the victim and to see the fault in other people. But you also need to try and get out of that by working on yourself on a regular basis. You always need to strive to be better and to improve yourself in an emotional, physical, mental level. Because time waits for no one.
And Simone says it perfectly. There's no time frame for falling in love. You're blessed to have found each other. Don't let anyone tell you.
People are very obsessed on finding the right person for them. But I feel that if you work on yourself and you are the best person for yourself and the person that you want to be, then the person that eventually needs to enter your life will come at its own time.
Exactly.
So don't go out seeking for somebody, but seek yourself. Exactly. And in the process, somebody will enter your life that should be there. Exactly. And you will know exactly what you need from the next person. Because when you seek love is within. Love is within yourself. That's why you don't have to seek it. It will come to you.
Preach, woman. Preach. So, what's Andre said, your body looks great. And then Sylvia said, "Oh, good idea. We should have a show called Love Hour with Byron and Lethea." Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Love Hour with Byron and Lethea. Anyway, I don't know how that's going to work, Sylvia. But on the other hand, Omar, love your open-hearted declaration of love for Lethea. It's easy. And yours for Byron too. I think it's easy for, I don't know how difficult
Thank
it is
you,
for her, but
Hailey.
anyway. This is a good question. Have you two always been so outspoken in general?
About emotions and feelings, because many times our upbringing has made it difficult for us to speak up.
Very good question. Because you are right, especially as colored people, I can't speak for someone else. Our upbringing does make it difficult to speak out because as altyd jy is bok of die of die of jy vra verkeer ek vra and it's always, especially
You're
with
a
the older
child,
generation,
you
your
know,
child
you need
don't
to know
ask
your
these questions.
place.
Exactly. But I was always outspoken because I was seen as a rebel in my parents' household. My brother and my sister was always kept, I can't deny nie, I was always kept if they go out or stuff like that. But my parents said ek was hardkoppig. And I think I see it with my kids now.
Yeah, and,
So-
and I think I'm also a very outspoken person by nature.
Yeah,
I
so
wasn't when I was younger because my dad was that type of person.
you
You're
just
the child and everything is stern and strict. And then when I turned 21, I said, but I'm also an adult now.
But do you know where I found the balance with this, Anjay? My dad is a very passive guy. But my ma, hy vrou kan jou praat, sy gaan nie vir haar dominate nie. She will, sy sal vir jou laat weet wat is op haar mind. But my father found, so I think I found a balance between the two of them, which is good for me. Ek kan nie die hele tyd die een kan net visie, no one luister nie, but my father can listen carefully, but sometimes he also doesn't express himself, but my mother is there to express for him. Sy moet net mistake, if that man don't express him, his woman is by his side. That's why they all wonderfully married. Also, they had their troubles and their trials aangegaan in die huis. Almal skel, almal het hulle problems, but they are loving each other even more than what they love each other, I think, when they were younger. This is the experience I'm getting. So I'm just going to go here to the other comments or so.
There is no time
Well, we
frame
read
for
that,
yes, we
that
said
one.
that. And then we need to break the mold. Acknowledge the areas we need to work on will make us a better partner in future relationships, 100%. It's about knowing that eating one apple a day won't make any difference, but being consistent and pushing through.
I eat 5 apples.
100%.
Anyway, Lethea, the question you asked me.
Yes, what?
What's the question you asked me? Where do you feel at this space now? Where are you now at the space we are with our love?
I mentioned it on the video, and I said a year ago this time, I was not thinking about marriage at all. It's amazing how quickly my emotions progressed. And I said to him, because he asked me about marriage and so forth last year sometime, and I said, nah, I don't think I'd want to get married now. You know, let's just enjoy the time that we have with each other. We're getting to know each other and we love the time that we have together. So let's not overthink too much about the future. But that was because I did not think about marrying him because of all the circumstances surrounding the relationship. And I was still thinking about going overseas because that was definitely something in my plans. Traveling because I was a single woman now and so forth. But now
She can't stop thinking about marriage.
and
Now she can't stop thinking about marriage, girls.
I feel that I'm ready to marry Byron now.
Oh, wow.
I really am.
Now she
Well, I wasn't at this. And that's why I say your feelings can change 360. And I think I've grown through this relationship. I've grown through being with him, and I know that we've grown together, and we've definitely grown closer, much closer. And just how we connect and how we can communicate with each other, and how open I can be about my feelings. And like I mentioned before, the fact that I can be vulnerable towards him, and the support that he offers me, and the support that I offer him.
Exactly.
That is something that cannot be. Yeah.
Wow. I just want to ask one more thing before we end the show. And Lethea is gonna do the motivational stuff, and I will try my best also to follow up. But I'm not gonna propose now, guys. Sorry. Ek gaan nie nou propose nie. Ek gaan dit ook mooi doen. Ek gaan dit ook mooi doen. And I need someone to send me the money for the ring. I'm joking. Joking. Man kan mos nie 'n ander man vra vir 'n ring gee of sy vrou nie. Daar begin die stront al klaar. The question is, Lethea, you know my circumstances. You've explained that. No, it's actually not a question. I want to actually make a statement.
Okay.
I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you in front of you that's watching. That I want to watch actually there, and I want to watch you, and I want to watch there. Want to like more. So I want you to understand that this woman has given me a choice to love her, and I have chosen to love her. And it's hard to find someone that loves you, and it's already hard to find someone that loves you that's not in certain circumstances. And imagine thinking that you're not going to find love in my circumstance. I thought I'm not going to be able to love someone because I won't be able to give them the type of time frame they need. But she's showed me that time frame is just an illusion in the mind, because we all go through phases in life. I am meant to be near Kek Maka and the woman. So cool. No, I'm joking. I kyk as op hy nou gaan van heel van die ook kyk. Jokes aside, to make it nice. Guys, the thing is, she came to me and said to me that I want to love you. I want to be with you. I said it earlier. And for her to do that, you don't know how much emotions goes through my body. I could never love someone else. I could never disrespect her. I'll never cheat on her. I would feel that I lost something. A friend of mine, Dave Koseli, once said to me, and I'm actually going to fly to him soon. He said to me, Byron, I just want to tell you something. Is it worth it? So there was girls hitting on you, but is it worth it? So I said to him, what do you mean? You got a beautiful family. And that was when I was married already. And you know what? I'm not a cheater and stuff, but those words is always in my head. Is it worth it, guys? When you have someone wonderful in your life, is it worth it to lose that person? Not just that, is it worth it to hurt that person? Even if you have no, if you feel like you're alpha male and you need to brush your ego, but think about that person you're loving. You call a person that you so call respect. If you don't love her, but you respect her, is it worth it to hurt that person? Rather leave that person than hurting that person. I will never hurt her. But sy gaan nooit die vrou verloor nie, sy mal. But that's all I'm saying. And I just want to ask Lethea now the question. Lethea, a lot of people's going through their tough times, their struggles, and their problems in life. So how can you motivate them, even not off the topic or on the topic, to find love? Because I found love during my terminal illness. Even if I pass away tomorrow, flipping out, I will smile on my bed. My kids love me. My family loves me, and she loves me. I have no job. I'm laughing, but I'm a hustler and I'm a go-getter. No matter the pain or whatever, I know I'm going to succeed in whatever I do. But the point is, there's people that love you. Don't throw that away for dirt.
Definitely. So let's wrap up the show. Your question, what was your question?
Just the typical question.
How you can find love?
No. How can you motivate or be real with our viewers?
Bye. No, come sit here next to me. Bye. Let me sit.
I'll come back now.
No, come. Yeah. How do I keep positive? Jeez.
Not keep positive.
No, I need to think about how do I keep positive on a daily basis, despite my life circumstances, which I don't generally or necessarily share. For me, it's important for me to be strong for myself, because I have family members. My support system is very small. I am basically my support system in South Africa. So it is important for me to be strong for myself, mentally strong, so that I can fight through the challenges of life. And I believe that there's never problems in life. And this is a conversation that we actually had. And I said, I don't believe in problems. I know that there are life challenges or there can be a difficult life situation, but your life is never bad. It is never problematic. It is because there's certain things within life that you desire, that you want, and because you cannot obtain it, you become disappointed and you think that your life is full of problems or that you're not fulfilled in a certain way. But when you believe and when you can understand that you are blessed and the things that you have, even if it's just family that you have around you, it is a blessing to have a support structure. It is a blessing to have your parents still alive. And so many people that they don't appreciate the people that the support system that they have. So there's so many things for you to be appreciative of, to be grateful for. And when you can start being grateful for those little things in your life, then you will see that there's so much more abundance that can enter your life. But if you're not going to be grateful for the things that you have already, how do you expect to have even more abundance? So and also just being open to giving, to sharing, because you cannot receive things with a closed hand. the more you give, the more you will receive. And don't give for the sake of receiving.
Exactly.
Just your intention that you have behind everything should always be pure.
Wow.
You should always have a good intention for everything that you do. If you are going to help somebody, you should do it because it's something that you want to do. And giving definitely makes me feel even 10,000 times better, because I feel I'm making a difference in people's lives. And you don't necessarily have to give monetary or material things. Even if it's just knowledge that you want to impart onto the next individual, you'll be surprised how that can impact them in their future. So how do I keep positive? Okay, first of all, I need to work out. I have to work out, because that's definitely a way that helps me through my difficult mental challenges. And then reminding myself every single day that I have so much to be grateful for, and the people that I have in my life, and knowing that life will work itself out as long as I do things with a pure intention. As long as I do the right thing according to what I believe is right, and that there's no bad intention, that I don't intend on hurting anybody, I believe that things will work out in my life that needs to. And even if something should happen to Byron, and this is what a lot of people ask me, how do you think you're strong enough to handle this? I said to them, I believe that my Creator will place people within my life in the moment in time that I need them. Byron was placed into my life in the moment in time that I needed him. And I've learned so much from him. And I feel that life is about learning, so that your soul eventually can learn what it needs to within this life. And you cannot grow if you don't suffer, or you cannot grow if there's no adversity. You really learn so much about yourself through the difficult times in your life. And when you can move past it, that is actually where you see how you understand your true strength.
Oh, wow.
So
That
don't be afraid for adversity. You need to seek it, because
How
it's
do
the
I top that?
adversity. It's the adversity that really frames you, or forms you, or builds you. So you can either allow what happens to you to break you down, or you can allow it to build you up. The choice is all yours.
Wow. You would think she read it off somewhere the way she spoke now, but I promise you, she was just looking at comments and answering on the comments as she spoke. And this is straight from the heart. How do I top that? I don't top it. I don't top it at all, but I will add on to it. That's what love's about. You don't top your partner. You don't compete against your partner. And this is the thing we established from the beginning when we started dating. That, I think, was one of our foundations, that we were friends. And Hailey said it beautifully, that we were friends and that God was in our life. No matter what religion we both were, we respected the higher power.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. And we don't want to say, gaan klop kekie, of gaan hulle baas en draf aan so mos toe nie, of gaan na whatever you must do nie. It is about respecting each other, because you connecting. You are the people closer to God than anyone that can teach you. You need to understand that you are closer.
It's your journey that you are
Exactly.
walking, and don't allow society to determine how you should live. And that is something that I also had to overcome, was because I was so stuck on wanting to live a certain way, because I was afraid of what are people going to say if I don't wear my scarf anymore. And nothing against people that want to wear scarf, or women that want to wear scarf. That's totally their decision. But I needed to get over the caring what people think about me and how I'm living my life. Once I got over that, oh my gosh, happiness was like in front of my doorstep, because you cannot be happy if you're living for other people. You can only be happy if you're living for yourself and for your Creator. And you will understand exactly why certain things are happening in your life, or how you handle it. And like I said, as long as you do things with pure intention, as long as you do things that's not going to affect anybody negatively, then do it. If it makes you happy and it doesn't affect anybody negatively, why worry? Go ahead, do what makes you happy.
Do you know what she just did now? She says everything that we're in alignment with. I can't differ from anything she said. Everything she said, I don't even want to sugarcoat it, that she has just bluntly said out there that pure intentions and not living your life for other people. That's what I take away from it. And also understanding yourself. You see, the biggest problem we have in this life is that we are industrially set up to catch up on other people's way of thinking and other people's way of living. But we don't live with pure intentions anymore. We live as robots. We live in a sense of, even when it comes to love, there's your self-love gurus. Look at this Derek Jackson, what's happening to him. Then you get other people that's bashing him. That's also self-love gurus, so to say. But to self-love is to not bash someone else. But I don't want to differ from that. What I want to get to is, do you see how this woman shines, ladies? And I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to make it about her now, because I want you to understand. Because there's so many women, we have laughs about that we but it's painful laugh, sad laugh sometimes, that we want to help certain ladies and even certain males, because men and women are meant to. And if you want to transgender, LGBT, whatever, that's your problem. I'm not on about that now. I'm on about connecting and loving someone. For me, a man and a woman want to connect. They want to love each other. They want to be in each other's. It's natural. That's got nothing to do with society. But because of society, we paint a certain picture around it. Like Jason was making a joke earlier, Andre, and stuff like that also. But we must stop painting a certain picture around our partner of what we want, because you see all these games and all these love stuff, having a list.
They need to
My
check
man
the
should be
list.
tall. My man should be
They need
this.
to have a car. They need to have a house. They need to have a big bank account. They need to look this way. They need
That's
to do.
right.
Yeah.
You need to first look through those things yourself. Am I worthy of dating this woman? Am I worthy of dating this man? Because you can't expect something, and this is very narcissistic, that happens in life. And before we go through a couple of comments or so, this is what happens in life, that we don't understand what we do because we don't sort ourselves out. I made a video about enabling or so. We as humans want to be enabled because we want that recognition that we live a proper lifestyle. We don't. None of us. She
None
still
of
don't.
us don't. I
She's-
don't.
I still don't.
We don't even know if we really are. None of us know whether
Even
we
your
really
priest, your imam, no
are. Whether
one.
you're the most religious person on earth,
Exactly. We only guided.
or
to
whether
live a
you're the
certain
most
way.
spiritual person on earth, you still don't know if you're actually living the right way.
Exactly.
But
So-
we need to live according to what we believe and what suits us.
Exactly. So your Sanguru or whatever you want to follow them. They have guidance for you to what clear their
We are all
mind. Let's go to
learning.
this.
Yeah.
I believe the mind is the most powerful thing. Like a processor on the phone. If it doesn't work, your phone doesn't work, your mind doesn't work, your functions doesn't work right, and you don't know how to get through life. So if you clean this part and understand this is your processor, this is the way you think. I tell you, life is so easy. People told me I'm in denial with my cancer. I'm telling you, I'm not in denial. I just understand that this is my part of my life, and I have to take on this challenge. As Lethea said, no problems, but challenges in life, and we need to start understanding that. So if you have challenges in life, take it on not as a problem, because there's no adversities. Also, boom. People's gonna say, "You stupid, Byron. What do you mean? I face adversities every day. Life is a struggle." No, there's none. There is challenges in life. You put an adversity to it when you are struggling with it. You see, when you go through things, because you can pain lasts for a moment. Even if you pass away, that pain is gone. Even if you don't pass away, pain goes away and comes again. This is part of your life challenges to battle within your mind. So as soon as you understand that you need to get past that stage of your mind and clear your mind, I'm going to put this just out there, because your mind is the most important thing. You can live any type of life you want. And I'm not just talking about materialistic going goals. Everybody that wants to sell you in this life will say, if you want the man, everybody target. You can see, if you search just relationships, it will pop up on your algorithm. This is how brainwashed you are in life. You need to be open-minded and understand that I live this life with a pure intention. Like Lethea said, that is the first goal. Then you get guidance that you would want to take from people, and not blame people. They said I must do this. No, it's a choice to do anything you want to do. Never blame your ex-partner or no one that you've done certain things. This helps you to have the power to step out or move forward. And this makes you wise and aware. But before I use the comments, I just want you to understand, I'm preaching in all my stuff. This gets you out of anything. Can get you into shit also, but gets you out of anything. But let me get to the comments before we end, because Monique, Simone already asked where you need to go to, Byron. You need to be somewhere. Let me just go here quickly. Let me just go here quickly.
What's the rush? Need to be somewhere. That was beautiful, Byron. Respect, bro.
Amen, sister.
If God can bring you to it. Okay. Thank you so much for an amazing show. Never stop being you. Wow, that's powerful. Thank you, Firoza. South African Obama couple, right? Thank you, Andre. Hailey, unbecoming is beautiful but painful. In your unbecoming, you find each other. Women glow differently when they are loved. Lethea, you are loved. I definitely am. Thank you, Hailey. I am loved deeply, and I am so appreciative that God has put Byron on my path. So how can I not marry him? Yeah.
Fuck, I list, burn it up. Anyway, so what is the other one?
So true. What exactly are we? Yeah. Freaking thank you, Lisa. We simply need to love.
Yeah, freaking power couple. Love them. They are honestly and oh wow.
Thank you so much.
And then Hailey's last comment. Also.
We simply need to live our truth. So awesome when your truth resonates with your partner's truth. You have that.
Oh wow. Hello Gus. Hello girl dad. It's Gus. Hello Gus. How are you doing? I just wrote girl dad. I'm like, who's greeting Gus?
Tuning in from YouTube.
Hi Gus. Welcome to the Contradiction. I hope you're gonna be part of future shows. We unfortunately ending this one now soon. We have a break next week Sunday because I'm gonna surprise this woman and she's gonna surprise me. It's all about surprising. And some other people's gonna surprise us. But yeah, it's now we do things together and we think we need to take a break next week. We've been consistent.
We do.
But on that note, wow, you guys are beautiful, man.
Thank you so much for tuning in and for your comments and engaging with us. This platform is to share value and share perspective and just to give back. And the reason why we started the show was, of course, what we enjoy, but also because of our own experience. And we just wanted to help those that might need advice because you have all these gurus, like Byron said, your relationship guru. To be honest, I fell into the the Matthew Hussey trap when I was so broken. I bought a podcast. Was it a podcast? A podcast.
1,500
of 2,000 was 2,000 Rand. How to get back your ex.
Wow.
So in that moment, I didn't know where to seek advice because I still wanted my partner back, but I didn't know who to speak to and to really get the proper guidance as to how to move forward. So that's why we started the show. One of the reasons why we started the show, to help those people, to help anybody, no matter in what space that you are in, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're not in a relationship, to give back and to give value and to share perspectives, and also for you to engage and to share your perspective on things so that we can learn as well. And this show is definitely what brought us together and what also helped heal us. Because we learn from you and we also learn from the guests that we have on the show each week.
Exactly. And also, like Silvio said earlier, I'm trying to find his comment. Do us a favor. We never asked this actually. Share out. Whichever platform you're watching us from, share out.
So that we can continue giving value and so that we can continue doing what we feel.
It does cost sometimes to do certain things.
Of course, it does cost a lot. Do you think this mic's for free? Do the internet bill is free?
But without joking, that we have not monetized out of this because we love it. But we actually want to take this serious and take it further because we have got a lot of good value feedback from a lot of people. So share out. We love you.
Thank you so much for the support each and every week. And to our loyal viewers, thank you for tuning in and thank you for engaging and commenting. We love you.
And good night.
Good night.